Welcome once again to the Complicated Burrito. Here's your podcast host, Alan Brooks.
Today's guest comes all the way from Australia. His name is Nguyen Tran, and he's written a book called Mind Control Through Breath Regulation. Nguyen has developed groundbreaking techniques using yoga, breathing techniques, meditation, and even quantum physics. I'm really excited to have Nguyen on the show today. Let's give him a call and see if he's home. Nguyen Tran, this is Alan Brooks with the Complicated Burrito. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Now, you're from Vietnam originally, but you moved to Australia for your education. Is that correct?
Yeah. I came here to study engineering, and then Vietnam was taken over by the other side, so I didn't go home.
Oh, I see. So you've been in Australia for a very long time.
Yeah. I came here in 1962, before you were born.
I was actually born in 1962. Well, tell me about your journey from Vietnam to Australia. You had a scholarship to be an electrical engineer, and you went to Australia for your studies. Is that correct?
I came to Australia in 1962, and we got scholarship from Australia to come to Australia to study engineering. And there were 9 of us. And at that time, we didn't have anything mechanical like they have in Australia. Arrived there and we learn English and we study and we get into trouble. We couldn't understand the English, we couldn't understand the food, too much meat, too much protein. And we got no family support, so our head doesn't stay stable, it just turn around in the head. And we went to the medical center to ask them what to do. And they say, oh, you take the pills, tranquilizing pills, or you do the ECT, that's a shock treatment, or you do meditation. Well, we didn't want to take the pills because we thought it might be side effect. And ECT, one of our friend, our mate in the group, volunteered for that, and he got trouble, got side effect, and he failed his exams, and the Australian government sent him home because of the condition. If we fail, we get sent home. And so the rest of us decided to take up yoga meditation. We went there and sat for hours, and the head is still roaming around because we're engineering head. We want to do things. We don't want to to quieten the mind. So the rest of the people asked me, oh, can you do something to get the head quiet, the mind gets stay quiet? I had to study all the yoga books and meditation books, and they're written in a language I couldn't understand anyway.
Every time I've tried to meditate, I've hit a brick wall because my mind is just too busy and I can't calm my mind down.
Yes. Well, people ask me how. Well, the people in the group asked me how to do this yoga meditation to quieten the mind, because people in the medical center say, the student did that and they did well. But, so I had to study all the yoga books, but it's written in different language, so I couldn't understand it anyway. But I find a book written by an American PhD student, he called Theo Bernard, and his book called Hatha Yoga, and in which he described all the yoga and all the meditation and things like that. Very good book. And I bought it from the shop. The lady who was a yoga practitioner, and she insisted to give it to me, but I insisted on paying, so I had to pay $1.50. And she said that, I studied the book, I will get rid of study stress. And but I practiced the yoga in the book. And I figure out that you sit there idling the mind, it won't work, as we have done for sitting there 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and it doesn't work because our mind is engineering mind. So I then invented 4 types of breaths, slow breaths. One is modified normal breath, 6 seconds. Another one is oxygen breath, 7 seconds, 14 seconds actually. Breathing in 7 seconds, breathing out 7 seconds. And quantum breath. Now most of the yoga thing, they never think of quantum in the body. So quantum is electron in the body. That one also 14 seconds. And then I make up a resonant breath. If you hold the breath for another 7 seconds or 14 seconds or 21 seconds, you got a resonance breath. That's the 4th one. So we practice this. I practice this for a week, and I seem to get my head, under control. So I pass on to the other one, and we all practice that. In 4 weeks, we don't have any more study stress. So we're happy.
So you've really broken new ground by using quantum physics to explain the body's response to yoga. I find this very interesting.
Well, you should study with me for a few hours, and you find that you get a lot of interesting things for yourself. In our mind, I've got a subconscious mind and subconscious mind, and the conscious mind know all the logics and everything stored up. Subconscious mind is thinking of the thing that you want to know, like inventing things, like dreaming things, and like solving a solution and things like that. But if you do it too fast, reading too fast, then those minds would wipe over. They never get the way of doing things. So you have to slow down the breath to be able to do that, and you have to have 4 types of breath, especially the quantum breath, because that is a neuron in the body. It does all the thinking and things like that. And if you do that, then you can get, your muscle is faster, and your balance is better, and your memory can be improved, and your osteoporosis can be reduced, and diabetes can be reduced, and all these things. And together with that, I also bring in 7 centers in the brain and 7 centers in the body to meditate. And I have done that for 60 years now. So when I retired from the university, I wrote a book, and it's called Mind Control Through Breath Regulation. And I think I might have reinvented meditation. And I hope to pass the thing on to as many people as possible, because it's cheap, it doesn't cause any trouble, no side effect, and it keeps you young and healthy.
Now, once people start reading your book and they start putting your techniques into practice, how much time a day does a person have to spend to get the full impact of your new method?
Yeah, early on I start with about 15, 20 minutes, and I move on. Every week, every couple of weeks, I felt good. So I go on to 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes. So,
wow, okay.
Towards the end, I do 1 hour exercise every day.
So is that the yoga part of your technique?
Yeah. The yoga part is low impact yoga poses. I didn't do all the things that requires a lot of twisting and things like that. But every time I do that, I selected the modified normal breath. That is 6 seconds, 3 seconds breathing in and 3 seconds breathing out. The reason why I use 6 seconds is that the brain waves, subconscious brain waves, theta, there are 3 brain waves. One is alpha, the second one is theta, and the third one is delta. Now, alpha is 6 seconds, and theta is 7 seconds, and delta is 8 seconds. These are the things that you don't know about it. It's not seen by our mind, but it produces in the subconscious mind. So if you're breathing according to that type of time, then those things are activated and they work well for you. And if you want to solve a problem, something difficult, then you are breathing that way, and the answer will appear pretty soon. And if not, then the following day the answer will appear. Or if you want to do fast running, you can meditate like that, and your muscle going to be faster, so you can get better in your competition. Yeah.
Well, I know that
and so I practice.
Well, I know that runners, they use breathing techniques, and I know that singers use breathing techniques, so that makes perfect sense, and it would also train your mind.
Yeah.
Now, how did you get into quantum physics? How did you get into quantum physics?
Well, I study in electronic engineering, but the university got a course at quantum physics, so I enrolled for that too. And so by doing that, I know all about quantums in the body and things like that, and the nerves are carrying quantums. So I get into there. And the thing is, the Earth's magnetic field influence our body.
Yes.
If you sit and face north, then the quantum would move in a kind of helix, like have you do yoga, you know that they talk about the Kundalini. Kundalini is created by the movement of a snake curling at the bottom of the spine. When you excited Kundalini, then the snake will open up and move up to the top of the head and come down again. So it's a snake light. But it's very big, but you don't have a snake in your body, I don't think.
Right. So you're also using quantum physics, which basically describes properties of nature on an atomic scale, and also includes frequency and energy. Is that correct?
That's right. It makes frequency because it's like electrons. When you have electron in the cooking, that thing going to give you energy. But also the electron will move in the wire to come up and down. In our nerves, the electron bit of the nerves in our body is smaller, so they call it quantum. Yeah. The quantum would be exactly the thing as electrons. And when you sit in a yoga position, you face north, those electrons will follow the electromagnetic field of the Earth. And as you face north, the quantum would move in a helix. And helix is like a snake. It is a thing that the Indian master was talking about 3,000 years ago, the snake that moving from the bottom of the spine to the top of the head. But we can find that quantum that moving in a helix that is 3.5 turns, and it comes from the bottom of the spine to the top of the head. And if you meditate thinking about that, and you get better. I was injected in yellow fever, and the doctor said, tonight when you go home, you're going to have a sore shoulder. And I did that. It was sore, so I do quantum breath, and within 15 minutes, soreness was removed.
That's amazing.
That the quantum in the body. But if I want to solve some problem, I would lie down facing north, and I do a few breaths, and the solution might come out to me quickly. So I pass on to my students, and they do that, and they was amazed. They say, "Oh, well, I don't have to worry about this problem anymore." Every time I read the trying to find the answer, I just meditate, and the answer will come to me.
That's amazing. Your new techniques have a lot of benefits.
But quantum is the best because quantum provides you with intelligence and new ideas and challenge you to do things and dream big, and also it can help you get rid of diabetes and osteoporosis and memory loss and things like that as well.
All this is in your book. It's 112 pages. You're with Trafford Publishing, And that's available at Amazon, Kindle, Barnes & Noble. And do you have a website or anything like that?
Yeah, I got a website. It's www.activemindyoga.com.
activemindyoga.com.
Yeah, active mind because I breathe slowly, so the mind is given regulation, 6 seconds and 14 seconds and so on. So I call it active mind. Rather, where there are other people do meditation, they just breathe slowly, long, very long breaths, and just keep the mind quiet. But by doing slow breathing, it's much better.
So after I read your book and I use your techniques that you've developed, I will be able to basically ease my mind and put my mind at peace so I can get the full benefits of yoga and meditation. Is that correct?
That's right. And that's the thing that all the people who invented yoga, well, they can do it. You know, people who don't want to do anything, then they sit down there and the mind get quiet and they're happy. But for the student or for people who do sport or people who do other things, if they do the type of meditation that I do, they got all these solutions come out to them. Idea come up to the head, and that's just much better.
Now, some of my listeners are probably dealing with a lot of pain or possibly even memory loss. Can your techniques help with that?
The electricity that's running in your nerves is creating the counteract for the pain, and it removes the pain straight away. And then if you lose your memory, you can visualize the hippocampus, and that one will then bring back the neurons to make you remember again. It's something can improve the memory. Or the visualizing the diabetes, you send the sugar into the brain, all the cells, and you reduce your type 2 diabetes. And also osteoporosis, you visualize the thyroid and parathyroid, and you come up with the new, bone structure, bone particles, and that send into your bone and make it stronger and longer. I tested my osteoporosis every year, and my bone density is the same as a 25 years old man. I'm already 76.
Wow.
Without costing anything. You don't have to take the pills or don't have to take ECT.
Right.
They shock you. Yeah. And also it gives you ideas of what to do and things like that. Yeah.
Well, we've got your website there, Nguyen. Do you want to give us your email in case anyone wants to reach out to you personally and talk to you?
I got email nwintran@hotmail.com. So if you or someone else want to ask any more questions, you can send me an email.
Nguyen, I'll put all of your links in the description below the podcast. And I really want to thank you so much for coming on the show all the way from Australia today and enlightening myself and our listeners to your new groundbreaking techniques. And I hope to have you back on the show sometime in the future, and you can update us on all your adventures.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nguyen. Have a great day. Wow, that was a great interview. Very interesting. His book is called Mind Control Through Breath Regulation. It's available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kindle, and I'll put the website link below in the description. Thanks again for listening to the podcast today. On behalf of Revo 24 Radio, I'm Alan Brooks for The Complicated Burrito.
Revo 24. Your 24-hour music connection, bringing you the best from across the globe.